stay up past 11 o'clock in college? Okay, good. How many of you like hanging out with the opposite gender? Okay, good. How many of you like to hang out with the opposite gender past 11 o'clock? Okay, good. Now you know I'm talking about floor hours. Wouldn't it be so much better if you could hang out with whoever, whenever, wherever? Imagine if you could do that while improving your studies and learning how to make better life decisions. Through interviews of people from all 4 residence halls at SPU and other of my high school friends that live on co-ed floors, I've determined that eliminating floor hours would improve study habits, let you have more fun, give you more responsibility, and create a more real-life atmosphere. There obviously are pluses of floor hours. First of all, there's the noise factor. My friend Becca, who lives in Emerson, said, "A negative effect I can think of would be the noise. It is so much louder when there are guys and girls on the floor, and I feel like no one would ever get sleep." But, however, my friend Samantha from Ashton says floor hours and quiet hours are different, so they could make quiet hours more strict. So there's a solution for that. My next factor is illustrated well by my friend Will, who lives in Moyer. He says, "The only negative effect I can think of would be that you couldn't walk around naked." But he also said that it doesn't seem like a significant loss to you. Obviously, the most important plus of floor hours is making people follow lifestyle expectations, to say it lightly. But I'll explain in detail later how creating that real-life atmosphere can make people follow those later in life. First of all, let's remember Stephanie's story from last week. She said she's a PA on the residence hall, and the kid in his boxers told her to come in his room, and he was sexually harassing her. I think personally that floor hours create that problem. I've heard many more stories like that, indecent exposure stories, and if you didn't have floor hours, I think people would be a lot more careful and modest. And I mean, in real life, you don't walk around your room, outside your room, without clothes on. So I mean, it really creates, like I said, a more real life atmosphere. But my first point is that floor hours would actually create better studying atmosphere. My friend Sam, who lives in Ashton, says, "I don't like floor hours because when you have to study for an exam with the opposite gender, you have to leave the room and go to the lounge. If it's midterms or finals, the lounge can get crowded." That's a very valid point. And I also think that that students sometimes rush their homework to get done in time to hang out before floor hours. So if there was no floor hours, you could keep doing your homework throughout the night. And let's be honest, we all stay up till 3 a.m. anyway, so you'll have plenty of time to do both. And by eliminating floor hours, you're basically eliminating both those problems. Obviously, it's going to be more fun if you take away floor hours. Me and 4 other guys and 3 other girls started recently to watch the TV show Heroes from season 1, and we can only watch it on one guy's PS3 in his room. So we basically plan our watching around floor hours, and that sometimes eliminates homework too. So that's bad. And without them, we could do more other things and still get to watch more. And also, private conversations are a lot harder in a crowded lounge, and socializing would be a lot easier without floor hours, and so you can connect with people more, I think. My friend Tara, who actually goes to Santa Clara, and she lives on a co-ed floor, says there's a dynamic that is produced that you can't get anywhere else. I think that college is supposed to be the most fun time in our lives, and if we can have a dynamic that is like none other, I think we should have it. That's what we're going for. My third point is that there would be less sneaking around. I mean, obviously people break the rules, and I think floor hours can translate to breaking more serious laws, like real government laws or something. My friend Hillary, who goes to USC and also lives on a co-ed floor, says, "Of course girls and guys take advantage of the lack of floor hours. But I think if we had floor hours, people would just violate them all the time. And obviously that happens at SPU, so I agree with that. But my most important point is that eliminating fluorides would create a more realistic lifestyle. My friend Beck, who I know before in Emerson, said the lack of fluorides would definitely cause students to make more real-life decisions. Is that a good thing or a bad thing at this level of maturity? I'm not sure. That's obviously the question that we're looking for. And my friend Jake, who lives in Ashton, says, I think that it would be an added responsibility that we would be able to handle. And I agree with him. The majority said when I asked that an 18-year-old can be classified as a responsible adult. And I think so too. Tempting us with more freedom will just make us figure out what life is really like and how to avoid that temptation much easier. My friend Hillary, who goes to USC, like I noted, says it, not having fluorides, challenges them to handle situations maturely and really facilitates freedom in decision making, which is so essential in college. 100% of you said that even with bad decisions, we can recover to be good people. So even if we avoid temptation or not, I'm saying that it makes us learn how to live real life more and not have as much shock like living on our own of freedom, so we wouldn't make as bad decisions. In conclusion, there's much more benefits than costs of not having floors. There's the small costs that I know before, such as the noise and not being able to be naked on your floor. But there's gains such as studying and friendship. And all in all, we're getting more responsibility and creating more real-life atmosphere that helps us grow up, and that's really what college is all about.